Yeah, hi there, KT. This is Michael. I am the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at Stealth, the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. And you're also one of my students at California State University San Bernardino. So let's take a look at what you have to say. I think you completed the integrated speaking practice test number 6.
The reading passage discusses about the risk of nuclear energy, and the lecture gives an example of the nuclear accident.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So your topic statement connects both sources, so good so far.
The reading states that the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, can control the production of nuclear.
Okay, let's go back again to that last idea.
IAEA can control the production of nuclear energy in each country. IAEA don't know what each country produce low enriched uranium or high enriched uranium or for weapon. The lecture says.
Now this is where you're having some language issues. What you didn't say, what you were trying to say is the International Atomic Energy Agency is having difficulty monitoring what countries are doing with the uranium they have. For example, are these countries using it for weapons or for energy? So you didn't quite capture that idea. That was kind of an important point from the reading, and you had some grammar and some vocabulary issues with that.
That the Chernobyl power plant exploded in night.
Okay, let's go back to your transition to the listening passage. Let's see how you do that.
Uranium or for weapon. The lecture says that the Chernobyl power plant.
Okay, so how about this? When you get to the lecture, consider using a transition word, but you don't want to say on the other hand, because the two sources are similar, not different. You might say in addition, or you could start off with the reading by saying, first of all, the reading passage, blah, blah, blah. Then second of all, the listening passage gives an example of a danger of nuclear energy to help illustrate what the reading passage said. You know, so you can probably connect. When you get to the listening passage, you need to connect that back better, I think, to the earlier part of your response.
Exploded in 1986. It's killed 30 people immediately.
How about this? It exploded in 1986. Instead of saying it killed, you can say it exploded in 1986, killing. Use a present participle there. That helps demonstrate a little bit more advanced grammar in your speech. So you definitely don't want to avoid more complex type grammar
and
structures.
Thousands of people die from cancer. Moreover, the World Health Organization found evidence that the radiation reached to Scotland over 1,400 miles away.
Okay, so as you're talking about the information in the lecture, you might use a transition word, something like this, to further illustrate the dangers of nuclear energy. The speaker claims that the radioactive material, at least according to the WHO, was found to go as far as Scotland. So you can probably, I think, in terms of your top... let me find it here. Okay, here we go. Okay, so topic development says your response doesn't include too many awkward pauses. You have a well-developed, organized response. I think you can probably improve in that area a little bit more. Language use, you did have some problems with your grammar. So I think in the 2 range, it says limited range and control of grammar and vocabulary. These limitations prevent you from fully expressing your ideas. That seemed to be true when you were talking about the more complicated events in the reading passage. You were struggling. You couldn't quite use the language to explain the information. So that was a little bit hard for you. With the delivery, you're having some problems with your pronunciation a little bit, but I think your biggest issue with this one is probably your language use and also your topic development. So with this one, I'm going to put you at about 2.33 out of 4. 18 points out of 30 on this particular practice test. Now, for our class, for the purposes of this translates into a 80% grade for this assignment. All right, anyway, KT, thank you for completing the assignment. And now what you want to do is, I would suggest to get a little bit better with your organization, go to speaking lesson number 7. I think that's going to be very helpful for you at this stage of your development, and also as an ongoing suggestion, because you do have some vocabulary and grammar limitations, you want to keep working in the vocabulary and the grammar parts of my course as well. And the grammar part, focus on grammar lesson number 7. That's a great start. And in vocabulary, if you want to start learning the words in that particular section of my course, you can start with vocabulary lesson 3, then you can go to number 4, then number 5, and number 6. If you can learn the words in those lessons, that gives you a very strong base. It'll be much easier for you to express ideas in English.